Good afternoon, everybody. This is Carla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, Carla being Crafty. And I am here today to do a little bit of an extra video. It's the 2nd of January, so we're just right at the very beginning of our new year. And I thought, what better than to do a little finish parade, because everybody loves a parade, right? I did my whip parade a couple weeks ago, and that has gotten quite a few views and people seem to like it, so that's great. And I thought I would just do a little finish parade to, you know, close out last year, start this year, and so that's what I'm here to do. I didn't have a ton of finishes last year. I finished 17 things. A couple of them were tiny, but I actually had some really big ones. Those of you who watch my channel know that I finished my first quick stitch Haid. It's not a huge project, but it is still full coverage in a Haid, so it did take me quite a bit of time to do. But that will be the very end. So as I said, I finished 17 projects. 4 of them were gifts, so I don't have them anymore, but I went through my photos and was able to, I'm not like super tech savvy, guys, so I have an Apple phone, and I have a Google Chromebook at home. I was able to figure out how to upload my photos from my phone to my Google Chrome book. And so although I had 4 gifts that I gave away, 3 of them I actually had the foresight to take photos, so I have the photos to show you here. So I'll just have to move my Chromebook over for those. So, and of course I'm gonna have an avalanche here. Let's see. Okay, so bear with me, and we'll get started. So the first thing that I finished, and I do have to have a little caveat that this was actually finished at the very, very end of 2020. I actually think I finished this December 31st or something like that in the morning, but I still put it on my list as a finish for 2021. And it was this needlepoint, which now I'm losing the name of it. It's oh, Black Grace 1. So this is actually a needlepoint piece, but it was done with like a cross stitch style. So it's a, you know, it's a crossed stitch, even though it's all needlepoint cabinets with yarn and everything. It's Black Grace 1. There is a companion piece, Black Grace 2, which I have and will start eventually. I don't know if it'll be started soon or not, but yeah, and I have all of the materials to make this into a pillow. I was really bad about finishing this year. The things I do have that are finished, I have one or two that I did a clever finish, a bunch that I didn't do anything to yet, so they're in, you know, in bags that still have to be framed or whatever. And anything that required sewing, forget it. So anyway, so I have like a black velveteen for the backing of this, and I have the pillow form. All I have to do is sit down at my sewing machine and stitch it, which I just haven't done yet. But anyway, so this was my first finish, Black Grace 1. And I really should get it finished because I would really actually like to have it where I can hold on to it and squish it and stuff instead of it being rolled up and hidden away. Okay, so the second finish I had was the Baby Yoda that I did for my nephew. His birthday. His birthday is the end of January. I did not give it to him in time for his birthday because that is right when my mom passed away. But he did get it eventually, and it was this Baby Yoda. I framed it in a circular frame, I think black, and I put a couple, actually they're stickers, but they looked really good, of his initials, silver initials on the side of it. And it turned out really cute. It's on his wall. And yeah, so that was my second finish of the year, Baby Yoda. Third finish was Cats in the Rain. This is a pattern by Madame Chantilly. I started this in February, and I didn't write down when my finishes happened, but I'm giving you kind of chronological. So I did a bunch of color changes on this. I just framed it in one of these sort of stretchy rubber but looks like wood frames, and I've been using this a lot, and I actually really like them. So they're probably one of my favorite go-tos. But I changed all the colors in this. I used this really pretty tealy color called I believe Enchanted. It's a color in cotton, and then I changed to this sort of purpley magenta for the other main color. I think in the original chart it's like yellow and like a navy. I added more colors for the cats. Did a little bit of a skin conversion, just made her just a little bit less pale, shall we say. And I changed her tights. I just gave her socks instead of tights. And I added a few smarter crosses up here. And this was done on a BeStitchMe linen, Opal linen, because I thought that looked good with the rain theme. And I use Opal for at least half of my things because I just like the sparkles. This was kind of done in honor of my mom. A lot of things I do are in honor of my mom, but she just passed away before I started this. And this was a chart that when I got it, I showed it to her and she really liked it. So it just felt good to like do it right then. I don't know, looking at it now, it looks like it's a little crooked in the frame. I don't care. I'm happy. So that is Madame Chantilly's Cats in the Rain. Okay, third one that I finished was another gift. It's First Encounter by Crosswing Collection. And I made this for my friend Tracy. And, oops. So, that was the finish on that one. I have started kind of, with this one was the first, and now I'm going to be making her a bunch of other birds that I'm going to then basically do on very similar type fabric. That is like a backgrounds fabric in a very light blue. I also have it in light pink and a light beige. So it has the same kind of modeling, but the different colors. And I have a whole booklet of bird patterns. And yeah, here's the booklet. So I'm going to be doing probably most of these for her. And then once those are done, then we'll see. So the next one, the one I'm working on right now is this. So it's a blue jay. It's on a light pink model fabric. The next one is going to be the cardinal on sort of the beige, and then we'll go from there and see which one she wants next. And then I think I'm going to frame them all in the same style of that kind of rubbery frame so they all kind of match. I think eventually they're all going to be in her office, on her office wall, because she has her own business. She works from home. Right now I think it is in the kitchen or the living room. Her partner has been moving it around. He's been taking possession of it and moving it where he wants to, and she keeps saying, you know, eventually those are all going to go in my office. But for right now, I think they have it in more of a living area where they both can see it. Okay, the next one I finished was Moonstruck by, it was a Mill Hill kit, a buttons and beads kit, and I finished it kind of on this little planter, which I think was a really nice finish. And then I got this little fakey, what's this called, like Burroughs Tears or something. And it actually is on a Velcro thing, so it could come off of here, but I didn't want to take the risk of bending it. But I did that in case I wanted to put a real plant in here, which I probably won't because I'm not really great with plants, but just in case, and then it needs to be watered, I wanted to be able to take it off and put it back on. This was fun to do. full coverage, you know, so it looks like it's not that big of a project and it's only on perforated paper, but it took quite a while to do because it is full coverage. That was Moonstruck. Next was a counted canvas piece. I actually finished 2 counted canvas pieces this year. I really like counted canvas. I love the fibers that it uses, and I just like doing it. It's very relaxing. So this one is Violet Nosegay. I think this is by From Nancy's Needles. So far, the only ones I've done are either From Nancy's Needles is one company, and the other company is Needle Delights. I think this is a From Nancy's Needles. Oh, I knew I were getting glare on this, but it's called Violet Nosegay. And it is mostly done. There's Caron watercolors, and then some Pearl Cotton. I think DMC Pearl Cotton in this case, and then this one has a little bit of, I think the gold is a Rainbow Gallery. But that was all the called for. And I just love the patterns of this. This is done mostly in a Goblin stitch. I think it's called Goblin or Goblin, but I think it's pronounced Goblin. And, which is just these straight stitches. But making them into the patterns that go into these, I just find really relaxing. So, and they go fairly quickly. And so you're getting like a lot of bang for your buck. You know, you're getting a quick finish, a quick result, and I really enjoy them. Okay, and the next one, I'm kind of proud of this one. This is the Australian Mermaid. This is actually a free chart on the Mirabilia website. I guess it was for a Australian retreat. So that's what it's called, Australian Mermaid. So I got this free chart off of their website, and I changed all the colors. I did it in silks, and then whatever beads I had laying around. And then I wanted to use something to finish it in a cool way. I put it in just this like cheap plastic frame that I don't like to use, or not frame, hoop that I don't like to use as hoop. It's an oval one, and it didn't work as a working tool, but I kept them for finishes. And then I had this bag of shells that I had bought for another project. I think it was an $8 bag. It was, you know, this big, full of all these really pretty shells. And I ended up just going to town with a bottle of glue and the shells, and I ended up with this. And I really, really like how it turned out. So yeah, I just used silk from my silk bag, my stash. And I just found colors that went well together, and the beads that went with it. And I changed her skin to be kind of gray and pale and under the sea. And I really, really like her. So she is in my bathroom. I put all my mermaids in my bathroom, which right now all my mermaids is 2, but I have a lot on the go, so they will all go in there eventually. Okay. Blooming Kitty is the one gift that I did that I don't have a picture of it. It was a JABCO kit. Do I have... I had the, oh well. Yeah, it was a JABCO kit. It was like printed, perforated paper. So part of it was actually printed on the paper, and then you stitched like the flowers and like the cat head and stuff. And then there were a couple buttons to put on it. And I know I just had the kit out. Oh well. Nope. I'm gonna finish this video and turn around. It's gonna be right there. But anyway, I don't have that one to show you. I did that as a gift for my friend over the summer who was coming in to check on Bagheera while I was on vacation in Las Vegas. So I thought it was appropriate to make her a little kitty thing. She has a kitty of her own, and yeah, so that I did that. And if you go back to my vacation vlog from the summer, it's at the beginning of that. Okay, now we're in the summer. I do a black cat birthday sale every year for my August birthday. Last year in 2020, I started Night Walk Down, which is a gorgeous pattern by the Blue Flower, but I still haven't finished it. And it is a very big, intense pattern, and I'm stitching it on linen, which is not my favorite thing. And so I don't stitch on it that often, or when I do, I don't stitch that much at a time. So it's going to take a while to get that one done. But because I hadn't finished my 2020 Black Cat birthday sale, in 2021, I felt like I still wanted to do one, but I wanted something really tiny that for sure was going to get done. So I chose this Calico Crossroads. And these are the mini cats. This was Kitty Cocktail. And I just added a little bit of color to it. I added the yellow. And I added the color in the umbrella. The green was already charted that way for the border in August. But I just wanted something, as you can see, you know, I'm not very good when I finish things. Like, I look at this in the monitor and, oh yeah, it looks like it's crooked, but it's okay. This is all for me and my enjoyment, and I'm perfectly happy with it. This little frame was so adorable. I got it off of Amazon. It was like, I think less than $10. And I just thought it was so cute. So that was my August finish. Oops. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that was Kitty Cocktail. Next was my second train just derailed. Counted canvas piece. This also was by from Nancy's Needles. This one is called Autumn Leaves. I added, so the very edge row I added because I couldn't find a frame that would fit it exactly, and then I found this one, which was cream color. My original framing of it I didn't like, and I took it apart and I got this little cream colored frame, and then I actually just added some color to it, some dry brushing, which I really like, but it didn't quite fit in, so I made this last border row with the last bit of floss that I had, with this really pretty Huron watercolor, which is a three-strand cotton. So you do have to, you know, it does strand, but it has this really great sheen. It's just this really, really nice thread to work with. But I added like an additional border so that it would fit better in the frame. So this is Autumn Leaves. Okay, the next one I finished has not been framed, or nothing's been done with it, let's just say. I have the frame for it, I just haven't put it in yet. So I need to get my iron out, iron all these things, and pop them in the frames. This is All Hallows Eve by Lela's Studio. I did it on this really sort of cool grungy looking piece of Aida that I got as a gift from one of my subscribers. And I changed colors pretty much all over the place. I changed the way her dress was done. I didn't change any of the pattern. It was still stripes and dots like this, but I just changed the colors. I gave her purple hair. Yeah, so I really like how it turned out. Just need to frame it. Okay, the next one is the last gift that I did. And I actually framed this. I have this cute little like hot pink magenta metallic frame, and I don't have a picture of it in that. I just have it still in the hoop. But I think it was finished at this point, or close to finish. And I just did this little I Love Lucy that I got on Etsy for, actually, so for my brother's mother-in-law. So it was her birthday and we all went out to dinner, and I thought it would be fun to give her something that I made. And she loves I Love Lucy. She has a whole like wall of like every I Love Lucy memorabilia kind of thing that you can think of. She's like a really great decorator, and I just thought it would be really cool to give her something like that. So she did seem to really enjoy it. So I think it was a good choice. Okay, oops. My next finish was a teeny finish. It was an ornament, a Mill Hill ornament. I do have a seasonal tree, I call it. It's a little like branch thing that lights up that I got so that I could hang cross stitch on it, little seasonal cross stitches. And 2020, I was really excited about the tree, and I got a bunch of stuff to do for it. And I did a few, and I kind of lost my enthusiasm for that project, just because last year, especially at the beginning of the year, I just got derailed quite a bit, and so I haven't really done anything with the tree. It's still wearing spring stuff from last year, so I have to get back into that and kind of make it a priority to like change that every month. I think it'd be good for my organizational and my overall well-being if I kind of make it a priority and change that every month and keep it organized and stuff. But this is one of the things that eventually will go on it, probably in August because of my birthday. But this is Lionheart, and I put it on this like red felt, which is sticky backed, but it's not staying really well. So I think I have to like re-glue it and re-trim the felt and everything. But the lion itself actually is really cute. Okay. Fire Burn. I think I finished this in October because I was trying to get a few of my Halloween things done. This is my first ink circles, but I don't think it's gonna be, well, actually I have another ink circle, so it definitely wasn't my last, but I really enjoyed this. This was called Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble, and I got this out of a magazine, but it is something that you can get from any, any ink circle source. I know they do have it on 123 Stitch. I chose to do it on this really pretty purple color. This was a piece of Aida that I was gifted by actually an eBay seller. When I ordered a piece of fabric from them, they sent it a few days late, and so then they sent this piece of purple fabric with it as like a, thank you for being patient. This is half of the piece of fabric, so I have another piece this big, so maybe I'll do another ink circles on that, another like Halloween-y one. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But this orange is a Needle Necessities floss, which now is the company's Threadworks. So Threadworks, I guess, bought all the formulas for Needle Necessities, but I have a big stash of actual Needle Necessities because I bought them secondhand off of eBay. And then the green, I think it was like Coates and Clark. Anyway, I just wanted a little bit of accent, but I just love the way these kind of just look like a mandala, you know, it's just a pretty pattern. And then you start looking and you see all the little pictures in it, the little goblins and the bats and the cauldrons and everything. So that was kind of fun to do. I kind of like doing, if I'm going to do a monochrome piece, or, you know, duochrome if I add an accent color, I like doing it with a variegated floss like that. Let me also just show real quick, this is not my finish. This was a gift. My sister-in-law Stacy, who just started stitching in like January, beginning of February 2021. I enabled her, and she got this this commissioned and did it for me. And I have frame. I always frame all of her stuff anyway, so she gave it to me to frame, and she ordered the frame and sent it to me, and I still haven't framed it. So this is not my finish. This was a gift. This is Stacy's finish, but it's so beautiful and it's sitting here, so I might as well show it to you. And so it says sisters-in-law by chance, sisters by choice. So cool. So that is one of my favorite finishes of this year, even though I didn't finish it. And I have a really pretty pink metallic-y frame to put it in. When I get my framing act together, that will get done. Okay, then last three for me, I did this little ink circles called Valentina. I just, you know, was in the mood to start something. I had this really pretty scrap of fabric that I dyed. I think this is a 22 count hardanger. So I wanted something a little teeny, and then I used a slightly variegated silk. It's actually called Petal, and when you see the whole hank together, it's got like peach and pink and stuff. It comes out a little bit more just, you know, plain pearly white on here, but it is slightly variegated. And yeah, I just wanted to do a little thing, so I did. And that's Valentina. Okay, and then my last two finishes that I got done in the last couple weeks, I finished my Moon Fairy. This was, again, a piece of hardanger that I dyed. The fabric is actually double the size, and there's another piece that I'm going to do that will kind of be a companion piece. It's another fairy in a moon. The moon actually goes the other way, and the fairy is sitting on the bottom of the moon and has like a star in her hand. So I will be doing that one the same way with the black silk, and maybe I put blending filament here as an accent for the wings, so I'll probably do that on the other one as well. This is my Moon Fairy. And then my very last finish of 2021 is my first Quick Stitch Hade Lavender Roses by Carrie Hawks. What can I say? I'm so proud of this one, you guys. There's some kind of sense of accomplishment when you finish a full coverage like this. That, I mean, finishing any piece is a wonderful feeling, but this, there was just a sense of accomplishment to finishing this that I haven't felt yet, because this is the first one that I've done. So yeah, I love it. I think I'm gonna frame it, and I'm really, because it's me, I don't take things and get them framed or pay for custom framing and stuff like that. I just don't. That's just not how I choose to spend my money. I would rather spend part of what I would, you know, getting something custom framed is quite expensive. I'd rather take a portion of what I would spend on that and get the equipment to do mat cutting myself. And so I think I'm going to frame, this in like a white frame, and I'm going to get the equipment to cut my own mat. And I think I'm going to do a lavender mat, I think. But that will be a little bit in the future. So that is it. That is all of my finishes for 2021. As I said, I had 17 finishes, 4 were gifts. I did a couple neat finishes, a couple sticking them in a frame finishes, and several that have not been finished yet, including like the very first one I did. So that's been sitting here for a year rolled up. But it's okay. People talk about being a process stitcher or a project stitcher, and I would say I'm like 75% process, 25% project. I only start projects that I really like and that I could see in my home. But it doesn't bother me so far. It hasn't bothered me to have a lot of projects going. It hasn't bothered me, you know, when things take a long time, because I enjoy the process of stitching on them. And then when they're finished, it doesn't bother me if they languish for a while before I get them actually on display. So I would say, yeah, 25% project and 75% process, maybe. So anyway, that's what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed revisiting these projects with me. I considered like kind of gathering everything that I could find that I finished so far, but you know, that seemed a little excessive, and I will try and be better about you know, definitely taking pictures. So if I do give stuff away, I have pictures to show at the end of the year. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys are having a very good first week of the new year, and have lots of fun stitchy plans. And let's, you know, here's looking to more finishes in 2022. I don't think I have anything right now that's close to being finished, so I have no idea when that first finish is going to happen, but hopefully I will have some done. My goal that I stated was I want to end the year, so I think I started the year actually with 40 projects, 40 whips, and I would like to end the year with less, you know, so as I add projects, because I'm definitely going to start things, I hope to have more finishes than I actually add and end the year with less than 40 projects, 40 whips. So we'll see if that happens, or if I'm coming back to you next year going, I have 50 projects. I don't know. I don't know what will happen. But it's all good because it's all fun and creative, and I enjoy that creative process a lot. So anyway, as I said, I hope you guys are having a great beginning of the new year. Back to work tomorrow. But that's okay. You know, when I come home in the evening, I get to stitch, hang out with my kitty buddy and stitch. So until I see you guys again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. Happy New Year, everybody.